Radio that sees into the future, and this was an interesting one because Matona alluded to it earlier in her video, the on-the-spot campaign. It was an initiative by RAB. It engaged 10 creative agencies around South Africa, and the challenge that was put to us was, how can radio come to the party for advertisers and marketers? What is it that we can do if we were to break the rule book? I remember receiving the cupcake that I think had something like sour cream cheese and bacon bits in it. I almost launched into it before I read the ingredients, and it was about mixing things up, and it was a fantastic initiative for us internally at FCB. It allowed all of the creatives to throw that rule book away and really start to think of radio with a new, fresh approach. There were a couple of finalists that got through to this extreme judging panel that scrutinized and cut everyone off at the knees, and we were very lucky to ultimately win the competition with a piece of work that we did for Lexus. And strangely enough, there were a lot of interesting new technologies utilized from the various different leading agencies. And the one that won our idea actually utilized something incredibly simple. It was just good media planning, but media planning done in a way with a little bit of prep that ultimately allowed us to let the media planning inform the writing of the commercial and use that to our advantage in terms of dramatizing an intrinsic benefit. And this was the result. The positive response that we got from that was incredible, and it's so simple. It was just a little bit of good media planning. It seems like magic because it sees into the future, and I mean, it's amazing that something like that gets such a positive response from a listener, that you're going to tell them that they're going to hear something that's dramatically different to what they normally would. I mean, it's not really that big a magic trick, is it? But I think so often we just ram them with one ad and the next ad and the next, and the voiceover artist on the one ad is often the very same as the voiceover artist on the next one, and it's bad delivery. So when someone's made a little bit of effort as a marketer to communicate with you in a way that just delights and surprises slightly, you immediately have that cut-through factor. And also, I think it's important to note, very simply, we're punting one intrinsic benefit. It positions Lexus in a technologically advanced space, but we're only using one specific functionality of the car. We could have included another 10 in there, which is often the tendency, err on the side of more. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I think we make too often if you listen to a lot of communication on radio at the moment. We need to strip the stuff out so that you allow what is there to have some creative punch and to breathe. Radio that speaks your language, and we obviously have 11 of those in South Africa, and we've got some really fantastic vernacular radio stations. I think it was in Sydney's presentation where the point was made about not translating but originating creatively, and I think there is a number of things that we need to focus on. First of all, from a transformation perspective, advertising agencies need to make sure that they are investing and committing to making sure that we have copywriters that have the ability to write vernacular radio stations, write vernacular scripts. And number two, to convince our clients, and often, in discussion with the media planners, make sure that we're really utilizing it to the best of our ability.